and welcome back to the MILXNAKE Show. This is my second episode. The first episode was lit. I'm so happy to be doing a second episode. We have an amazing guest today. Oh my god! She is a music producer, and honestly, she's an artist as well. And everybody needs to go check her out, honestly. Her name is Julianne Hope, and currently she's in Texas, which is fucking lit because I bet it's super hot. But please welcome.
Oh my god.
Welcome back to the show. Woo!
Woo! That was an amazing intro. Good job.
Thank you. I'm kind of new to this. Like, I had a radio show, but this is my first podcast, so.
Oh my god, it sounds like you've been doing this for years.
No way!
Get it, girl?
Oh my god, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to hear that. Oh my goodness. How are you today?
I'm good. It's not terribly hot here, thank goodness. It is
really?
cloudy. We're gonna have some thunderstorms this weekend, which I'm excited about because I love thunderstorms. So, yeah, that's why I came to Texas. No, just kidding. Tomorrow's Mother's Day, so
okay.
I wanted to be around my mom because I feel like I've missed the past few from living in LA, and I just didn't want to have a reason to not be here this time. So, yeah.
Nice. I can't believe it's I can't believe it's Mother's Day in the US tomorrow, because it's not Mother's Day here tomorrow. Like,
I think it's tomorrow, because tomorrow's Sunday. They always do it on a Sunday.
yeah. I think we just have different days of it. It's so strange.
Probably.
But I think we have the same Father's Day, though, which is really weird. Like, why did they have it different Mother's Days, but not different Father's Day? So weird.
You know, I don't know. That's so weird. But just one of the weird things America does.
I love it, though. Like, you said it's not hot there. It's actually quite warm here. It's like 20 degrees, which I think is maybe 70 degrees in Fahrenheit.
Oh, that's like a good day. That sounds like a good day.
Really?
Unless, I don't know. Unless you step outside and it's like...
Is it Texas good day?
Well, so like 70, it's 76 here. But that's like, that's like not a normal, like, that's not like a California 76. It's like you walk outside and it's cloudy, it's overcast, but it's like sticky because of the humidity. So it's like,
oh wow,
it's like a 76 sticky. I don't know. But yeah.
Nice.
So, anyway.
I would love it for it to be that here all the time. Like, it's so cold. This is like the hottest day we've had of the year so far.
Okay.
And it's May. Like.
Okay. Yeah. I bet.
It's really sad here. I'm not gonna lie.
Aw, I do want to come visit.
Yes, you need to come and visit. That would be awesome. You should do a show here or something. That would be so cool.
Oh my god. Honestly, I've never played a show in my life. Like, for my artist project, I've never done it.
Really?
Yeah, I'm too scared.
Oh my goodness. I'm surprised. I thought that you had. Wow.
No, I've played for other people. Like, I've played drums for other people. I've been a drummer my whole life, so, like, that has been, like, my main thing. But I haven't played a show since, oh my god, like, at least 4 years ago. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, you could do your debut solo show in the UK. That could be a vibe.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be awesome.
Honestly, I'd rather do it there than do it in LA.
Wow.
I don't know. Like, I just feel like I'm so nervous being in that city already. Like, me doing a show there, I would just be like, help me. I don't know.
Wow. I can't even imagine. Like, I've only been to New York once. I've never been, like, anywhere else in the US, so I can't even imagine what it's like, to be honest.
I'm from San Diego, so that's, 2 hours south. That's like my hometown. And I moved to LA when I was like 22. I'm 30 now, but I've been going to LA since I was like a kid because I'm from California, like, music has been like my entire life, but it's really hard to like want to keep going sometimes. And like, I love making music. And if I tried to do something else, it would take away from that. I moved back to LA after taking like a hiatus for 6 months. I moved back in January. I got a job working at a med spa because I was like, that's going to pay my bills. If somebody offers you a really good session, you can't cancel your shift at the restaurant. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
everything's an opportunity, right? So you're like, well, I got to take everything I can, and I got to freelance so that I can be available just in case I, get offered to do a session with so-and-so or whatever. It's like, and then to add to it, you're living in one of the most expensive cities in America, because that's where it all is. Or you can go to Nashville or sometimes New York. I'm just at a bit of a crossroads with like how to maintain things and keep my mental health going and all those types of things, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I think like a lot of my listeners, hopefully, I hope, I think they'll appreciate that, because I feel like everyone who I'm trying to market this to is like an upcoming musician, and to hear it obviously from you, you know, it's reassuring, because like, you know, especially here in England, we all think, you know, people in LA are like, they're living the high life,
Nope.
they've got the dollars.
That is just not true at all. Like, okay, so I've been in publishing deals before, and they were great in the way that they could pay my bills for the time that it lasted for, you know? That advance that they give you, that publishing deal, you know, it runs out after like maybe 18 months, or depending on whatever your contract is, and I'm trying to make something of myself, and I'm also trying to stay afloat and maybe get a job or have a few part-time jobs, but then again, it's like, then what are you doing in LA working a bunch of part-time jobs and you're not making music? Also trying to have a good time and be grateful for the fact that you get to work with the people you get to work with. It's like, you can be grateful for that, but you also have anxiety about like paying your rent. It's just,
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, so who have been, I guess, your favorite artists to work with, and who are your influences? I guess what, you know, what made you want to take this path in life? Tell us your story.
sure, sure. Well, so I grew up, you know, in kind of like a musical family. My dad went to college for music, and my uncle, his brother, is a dueling pianist. So like my whole life, I've just been like, I when I was 7 years old, I started piano lessons. At 11 years old, I started drum lessons. At 15
Nice.
years old, my dad taught me guitar. At 17 years old, I learned production, or started to. And then, you know, like the bass is like basically guitar, so you just figure that out. And then,
Yeah.
um, but then, you know, I started playing drums in bands, and like locally in San Diego, I was like drumming in like pop punk bands. And then when I was 18, I moved to Chicago and I played in a band for 2 years. Still best friends with the lead singer, and he's in LA now. But yeah, I played in a band out there. Like, I just followed the band. I wanted to be the drummer of every band I could be in and just make it successful. I wanted to go on tour. I wanted to make records. I wanted to do everything. And I tried every way I could to make it happen. I was dipping my toe in everything. At 20 years old, I moved back to San Diego. I got a job at Whole Foods, and everywhere in between, I worked at Starbucks, I worked at Coffee Bean, I worked at a Pilates studio. Again, Whole
Nice.
Foods. That was like, Whole Foods was great because it was like paying for my food and my rent, or like, you know, when I was 23, I was still working at Whole Foods, but I started like trying to figure out like how I could get a job in the music industry. So I was lucky enough to interview with a producer. I had reached out to him on Facebook and I said, "Hey, I want to be an assistant for you. Like, can I come like work for you in LA?" And he was kind enough to be like, "You know what?" He didn't even know me. He had no idea who I was. He's like, "Why don't you come up and interview? You know, like interview for a position."
Wow.
Yeah, interview for a position to work for him as like a personal assistant. I was just like, "Oh my God, are you serious?"
Whoa.
He's
Whoa.
my hero. But so anyway, he told me I could come up and interview, and then like I think he shortly like after like I got there realized like I don't know if she'd be like a great assistant. But he was like, "You said you're a songwriter. Like, do you have anything you can play for me?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." Like, I didn't think he would think anything of it at all. So I played him like this one song that I had made with a friend of mine. Um, and kind of like it was like my first like kind of production or co-pro with this friend of mine, and I played it for Jason, and he like closed his eyes and he was listening to it intently, and he was just like, "Can you play it again?" I was like, "Sure." Like, I was so like nervous though, because I was like, "Oh, this is my first like real song that I ever made. Like, this is like, I don't know, just I don't know. I didn't know what was gonna happen, but I was like, okay, well, whatever. And then after that, he was like, "Can you like sing for me?" And like I sat down at the piano and I like was like, "Sure, like I'll try." And he was like, "I think I want to develop you as like a songwriter and a producer. Like I
Whoa.
don't want you to work for me. I want to like sign you to my publishing company."
Whoa.
I was like, "Oh my god." That was like that was my
Wow.
first year in LA was because of him. It wouldn't have
Wow.
happened if it weren't for him at all. And he saw something in me that day that like I didn't even think I was that good. I was just trying to figure it out. So I was lucky enough to like sign to his publishing company for a year and experience LA, and he just really took me under his wing, and like every moment that I have had in my life leading up to like from when that started leading up to now, like it wouldn't have happened if it weren't for him. And so that was my first experience getting my foot in the door in LA, and writing songs. And so from there, I just had to network my ass off. Like I was just like, okay, I gotta meet so and so. I gotta like go to this party. Like I gotta, whatever. And like meanwhile, like I'm like so homesick at the same time. And I'm going
Oh.
down to San Diego every weekend to visit my family because I didn't feel like I could be in LA alone. Like it was so hard. But I was grateful that my family was only 2 hours away because like most people don't have it like that. Their family's like across the country or something, or in the middle of the country or whatever.
Mm.
So yeah, that was my first year. And then after that publishing deal was up, I decided to go on tour and play drums for an artist. And we opened for like Nick Jonas, Haley Kiyoko,
Oh my
and it was
goodness.
crazy. It was crazy.
Wow.
Years and years. Then after
Wow.
that tour, I came back from tour. I'm like, cool, I broke even. Like, didn't make enough to pay my rent. So that's when everything started. And then I became like a Postmates driver, an Uber driver. I got a job at a coffee shop actually right before the tour. And then when I came back, they were like, you don't work here anymore. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh.
Didn't know that. Thanks.
Rude.
Meanwhile, I was like learning about Sound Better. I was like, oh, cool. There's people on Sound Better who want like people to produce songs for them or write
Mhm.
songs with them, and like
Mhm.
they'll pay for that. And I figured that out in the interim, and like that's what I was kind of trying to make money doing. So between that, postmating, like whatever, and then also trying to make time to just find sessions with people. And then like a couple years later, met like this A&R who really believed in me. They worked for Altadena Publishing at the time. It's just like a publishing entity that it was under Warner Chappell.
Mhm.
And I just wouldn't stop bothering them. I was like, I
Really?
really, really, really want a publishing deal. Like, can you please, please, please help me? Like I want to like just be really like I want to do amazing sessions. I want to just write with people all the time. I want
Yeah.
to do everything I possibly can. And then I met my manager around this time too. Here we were in the middle of the pandemic, kind of. At the time when I was like kind of talking to this publisher, and then Patrick, my old manager, like it was just like weird because you wouldn't see anybody, but you do a lot of Zooms, and like this was like at the start of like my like second round of like trying to like do some sort of deal so I could start doing sessions, again, and like have that representation, that help, and everything. It's just a weird time because of the pandemic. I didn't really see a lot of people or see them, but like I ended up signing a publishing deal during the pandemic. It was like boot camp for songwriting. And that's like what they say it's like for like the first like year and a half, like after you sign a
Wow.
deal. It's like it's literally songwriter boot camp and like production boot camp. So it made me who I am today, but it's like you don't really see a lot of people. You just write and you produce, and then on the weekends you like
Mhm.
hopefully have a day off where you're like doing nothing. But like during the pandemic, like you really couldn't do anything. So you were like, I was doing a lot of Zooms, a lot of Zooms, and then I'd come out of that
Yeah.
or out of the
Yeah.
pandemic. The pandemic ended, and then we'd start doing regular sessions again. But I had no work-life balance, and I don't think I still don't have work-life balance. I feel like it's either a lot of work and no personal life, or it's like I take a break and it's like all personal life, and I'm hardly getting any work done. It's very, very confusing. I'm trying to have a healthy life balance. Like I want to ride a bike on the weekends and go to the beach and like really carve out that time, but like also maintain having financial stability and then also do sessions.
Yeah, it sounds great though. Like the way that you reached out to someone through social media, and then I guess it like started everything. That's insane. Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
That is what started everything. So I would say follow your intuition. When it comes to like that kind of thing, but you will meet the right people. Like you can get a publishing deal. You can work with amazing artists, and like it may be just something to add to your credits. It may not be something you get paid for, but it's still amazing that you get to work with these people because working with anybody, it just builds and builds and builds, and those credits, people will see, I love that song. They look it up on Spotify. They want to work with you because they saw that you worked on that song. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many. It's all worth it. It's all worth it. You just have to find a way to balance it and work really, really hard and put your head down, and you will get there. You will absolutely get there. Go into the industry like you're not going to make money from it. Go into it thinking, I'm not going to see a penny from this. If you accept that, then it will be really nice when you finally do. But go into it with the expectation that you won't make any money from it and just enjoy writing a song. I think I had to do some reverse engineering with my brain as far as that goes, because
It's all about the passion, I think.
Yeah, it's all about the passion. It's all about the passion. And if you if you need another job, get another job. If you're freelancing, cool. Like, just make sure you're really staying on top of it, because you have to go into the sessions like it's fun. It should only always be fun. And when you take money out of it and you just accept that you may never make any money from it, it'll be fun again. Because you don't make music because you think you're going to make money. You make music because it's fun, and then sometimes you make money.
Honestly. I feel like that was so real. I'm glad that you spoke like your truth, because I feel like, I don't know, people just always think that it's just sugar coated, like you said, and I don't know. That was real. I like that.
I'm glad I can be real. I feel like I needed to like talk to another fellow, like, I don't know, person in the industry that just wanted to like chat about these things, because nobody wants to talk about it. And everybody is putting on a facade on Instagram or TikTok or whatever.
Yeah, 100%.
It's all a facade. We're all in debt. And nobody will tell you that. It's not real.
It's not real.
Everything you see on the internet is not real. But the reality is, some of your favorite producers or writers are not sustaining themselves with just music.
Yeah. Do you think that if you were to, I guess, hide that other aspect where you have to have another job, etc., do you think that people would, do you think if you're more truthful, they'll leave? Do you know what I mean?
I don't think there's anything wrong with being truthful about having to work more. I mean, I'm freelancing. I'm doing Sound Better, and
yeah, Sound Better is good though.
It's good.
I tried it, but
it's good.
I can't seem to get anybody on there. I'm just on there, and I feel like I'm mostly recruiting people from TikTok and Instagram.
So I pay monthly to have a membership, so that I'll like jump to the top, so people will see me and want to work with me.
Okay.
Anyway, like, that's pretty much the only thing, and I'm still looking for other things. So I think I want to talk about this more, like, on the internet. Here's a start.
Yeah,
Give it a podcast.
Awesome. Yeah, like, I think it's important to talk about it as well. Like, nobody really... I see things online and I'm like, what the fuck? How did that person even do that? But maybe they did just, reach out, and then they've got lucky that time, but then maybe next time they won't, and things go up and down, and people... It's, I feel like it's just constantly up and down. It's never a straight line up.
Yeah, I think I'm like the person, like, that people, like, know. I'll reach out to anybody. I will. I think, I mean, I'll try, if someone will respond, that's great. If not, no worries. Just move on. Don't hit them again.
Amen.
Just move on.
Amen. That's some good advice. I like that.
You at least put yourself out there. Say something once. If they leave you on red, just leave it.
Definitely. I will always reach out as well. I feel like I need to always reach out to people as well. It's so important. But I guess knowing the contacts and like having people's actual contacts, and I don't know, sometimes I feel like I'm annoying people as well. Like, I'm just constantly trying to get my foot in the door,
That's just this industry that we're in. Like, you're not gonna get anywhere if you're not slightly annoying someone. Or, you know, I mean,
Real.
you have to be persistent. I think being annoying is different than being persistent. I think Monday through Friday business hours, like, that's appropriate. And I think if they don't respond after, like, once or twice, just leave it alone.
Actually,
You know?
has to be, because otherwise I'm gonna feel like I'm embarrassing myself. So yeah, so you have been working with Warner Chappell Music. That's fucking sick. That's awesome.
It is fucking sick. They're amazing people, and they have been so amazing. Yeah, I have had the pleasure of working with them for a couple years, at least like almost 3. And they, you know, have supported me like immensely. Like, they've helped me like go to writing camps in Nashville. They have put me in amazing sessions. There's like a bunch of camps like that happen in LA. Like, Warner has connected me with like a bunch of different people, artists, writers, producers, and I've been lucky enough to collaborate with just people from all over because of Warner Chappell. So shout out and thank
Wow,
you.
that's amazing. Like, how? I guess you told us how, but that's actually insane. I would do anything to get my foot in the door. I still need to, like, I keep applying for jobs, you know, like within these music jobs, and I'm just like, when am I gonna hear back?
We should make some music together.
We should. That would be so
Yeah.
awesome. That would be so
Let's
awesome.
do something. I would love to do like just like, I don't know, just like a project or something that we could, just like a new thing, just like make music and put it out, you know?
That'd be amazing, honestly. I am in love with your single Black Car. Like, it's so funny because I was I was showing.
I'm in shock every time people tell me that they like that song, cause like,
What?
I mean, I guess like I know it's a good song, but I just can't believe people are still telling me it's a good song. Like,
It's
just
such a good
randomly when it
song.
happens.
No,
Thank you, I appreciate
it's
it.
an amazing song. Like, obviously you're a songwriter because it sounds like you're a songwriter. Like, that song is so well written, and I just love the production as well.
Well, I can't take all the credit, you know. I wrote it with Zavaya and Danny
No
Poppet, some of my
way.
favorite writers.
Wow.
I cannot take all the credit for that. I had like just like a little idea of what I wanted, but Zavaya's melodies are all over that. So are Danny's, and
Wow.
lyrically, like, I was able to bounce a lot of like, I had some ideas, they had ideas, and like between the two of them, I actually started the song with Danny Poppet,
Okay.
an amazing writer. And there was a part that we started, and like I couldn't figure the rest out, but then I invited my friend Zavaya over, and I was like, me and Danny started this thing, like, can we like, you know, kind of chop it up together and figure out what we're gonna do with it? So we just slightly changed a few things, and then Zavaya, like, her melodies are insane, bro.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god. So between all of us, like, it really was, like, it was definitely one of my favorite things I've ever done, and it's cool when, I don't know, like, you can work with your favorite people. It's like, that's what I love about music. I didn't make anything from doing that, but I loved the process of doing it. So that's when you know, you know? I just like came up with a song idea this morning when I was like sad, like in the shower. I started singing something. I'm like, does it ever get better? Like,
Whoa.
watch, it's gonna be a song.
I can't wait to hear that one, honestly. Does it ever get better?
Yeah.
We should write that one. We should develop that song.
All right, let's do it.
Sounds like a bop to me. I mean, I'm emo anyway, so that's my kind of vibe, you know?
I know. Also, I heard your beats on Instagram this morning because I was like scrolling through, and I was like, okay, like, what's going on? Because you should be in the mix.
Oh, thank you so much. No, I really appreciate it. I feel like I've just got to keep putting out the stuff, you know, just keep putting it out and keep hoping for the best.
Honestly, like, some of the stuff I heard, I would actually like write to.
No way.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you. I've got the wabs. I'll send you the wabs.
Let me see if I can figure out which one it
I'll
was.
send the wabs ASAP, you know?
It was like voice note things, like, wait.
Oh, like the, Yes, I know this one.
I like that.
Thank you.
Wait. This is like Ariana Grande vibes.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
I don't know. You have some really, really cool beats. I definitely like want to collab. We need to do
Oh my
something.
gosh, thank you so much. Oh my goodness. I wanted to do definitely a collab on that one as well. There was no way I was good. No, it's good. I was like, I don't even know what to write to this, so I would definitely need someone to help me with that.
Yeah, let's chop it up. Maybe there's like, I don't know, but there's definitely like, I was already hearing melodies. But
oh my gosh. That's awesome. Thank you so much for listening. Hella appreciate it.
You know what? No problem. You belong out here doing the damn thing.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. If I could get to LA, I'll get there.
I know. Maybe we'll figure something out. It'll happen.
I wanted to ask you how you feel like, because we were talking about TikTok earlier, so how do you feel like social media is changing the music industry, and how do you feel like, I guess you're, like, you being on social media now and, like, you know, you want to make more TikToks, like you said. How do you feel about that?
I think, like, TikTok is good and bad. It's mostly good, I think, but it's also, like, it's bad in the way that people feel like the only way, like, their music can get out there these days is, like, okay, so it's good because it offers a new platform for people's music to get out there, but I think it's bad in the sense that people feel like they constantly have to self-promote themselves, and like they're told by like labels, managers, everybody, like, go on TikTok. Like, marketing companies they don't exist anymore. The artist becomes the marketer. Like, I've seen this pattern. I've seen it happen to people that I work with, and you know, like, I'm an artist producer hybrid, right? I'm like, I could do either, but I'm sort of just like focused on producing other people right now, but I want to get back into doing my own project again. I've been thinking about it a lot, but it's hard to see people on this hamster wheel of trying to like make TikToks to promote their song. Like, I know that they're tired of doing it, and like, I think it's bad in the mental health aspect of that. Like, I feel like that's really hard on people's mental health to feel like they are the vessel that is pushing this single, and they have to do it all by themselves, on top of trying to stay afloat financially, on top of, you know, trying to have a social life, on top of trying to be in good sessions, and also, you know, make their own music. It's like, it's too much to do, I feel like, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I hate, like, having to make TikToks all the time. I feel like nobody watches them, and then you get the haters and stuff, like...
Yeah. But, like, I feel like every, like, musician, or artist has to be, like, an influencer now at this point, because, like, they're, like, an influencer in the way that they have to, like, promote their music, you know? It's like, that's really how people discover, like, music. Or, like, you know, Spotify, but it's like, an article just came out, like, that Spotify's gonna be, like, lowering songwriters' rates again.
Oh, as if it wasn't low enough already. It's ridiculous.
It's just, that's the stuff that makes me be like, I'm gonna give up.
Yeah.
You know?
No, like, never give up. Don't ever.
No, I know. It really is. It's just like, make the music for fun, but like, lower your expectation, and lower your expectation of getting paid. Like, unless, you know, I think when you're an artist, it's like, you can get paid for, like, performing, you can get paid if you sell your merch, you can get paid, like, I don't know, multiple ways. I think sync is a big thing, that is really helpful. Like, when people get their music placed, like, it's great to, like, have when those things happen, you know? Consistently, it's hard to have that happen.
Yeah.
That would be amazing if it happened more often.
How do you go about finding sync deals in the first place? Because I've tried a couple of websites, but I never seem to get success with the websites.
My publisher will pitch songs I write with people, or like my own songs, for like commercials, or like movies, TV, stuff like that. Sometimes I get like little things that'll happen, but then sometimes nothing happens. They really try to get their writers to get big syncs in these commercials, you know, and it's really, really, it's exciting and it's cool to be a part of. But it's like, you'll write a song, like, I wrote a song like a year ago, that, I mean, just for example, I mean, like, say you write a song, like, you know, a year ago, and like, you've heard nothing, and that camp, like, they ended up scrapping all the songs. They didn't need any of the songs for this brand. They found something else. They went with something else. Whatever. That song still exists that you worked on. And they can pitch it to other brands, companies, commercials, films, etc. So it's like it always counts and it always matters to still write, even if it doesn't get used for this commercial, because it could end up in something else, you know? So I would say my publisher helps me, but if I could offer advice to somebody who isn't signed to like a publishing company, it's good to like go on like I've like gone on LinkedIn and I'm like, who's the music supervisor for the L Word or the music supervisor for like any Netflix show? Like it's good to like kind of grab coffee with those people if you can, or like just get connected, because you know, you could have music that they want for their show or something like that, and you know, not for nothing, like it could end up being like a really good connection, you know? So yeah, that's the answer to that.
Nice. Thank you. I mean, yeah, I guess I don't really know how to get like a manager or a publisher or anything like that. So where
I mean,
would
I didn't know either. I think I just you know, if you if you ever have the pleasure of meeting like an A&R at like a company or something like that, at like Warner or like BMG, like, you know, ask them if you can buy them coffee and just say, I would love to show you some of my music sometime. I would love to take you out for coffee. Or, you know, if you're across the country, just say, you know, um, listen, I would love to pick your brain. I have some songs. I don't want to bother you too much, but, you know, like, I guess all you can do is put yourself out there in a nice, respectful way. And if they don't respond, then they're not the person for you, you know? It's just like, I think that's like probably the best thing.
But you know, if I ever make it, I'm bringing the whole team. The whole team's coming.
Yeah, that's the thing, is like I always, if I can, I want to try to include people in things like when it feels like appropriate. I think it's like community is great. I love community. I want to feel more of that, you know. Um so I don't know, like, yeah.
No,
Point
honestly,
blank period.
for real. Period.
Slay queen.
Slay queen. I just want to say also, I saw that you posted that like your favorite artist is the Jonas Brothers. Honestly, me too. Like, can we just?
Oh my god, that was a while back. Yo, like, no one, I don't know, my friends probably think I'm crazy for that. But also, like, respect for the Jonas Brothers, because truly, like, they made a whole record with John Bellion, and I thought all of the songs were really freaking amazing. And I think the production is so good. And
Definitely.
I don't know, I just love that. I've loved them as an artist for years, and like seeing where they came from, and like for their like second record back like as the Jonas Brothers, I just thought it was so like mature and a fresh take on who they are as artists, and I thought it was really cool, and I really loved the production. I love that they went like, I don't even know how to explain it, like almost like a little dad rock vibe, but like
Yeah.
but I really liked it, and some of my friends thought it was great too. Some of them gave me shit for it, but I don't really freaking care. Cause like
No, I feel
I
that.
think respect to the artists, you know, like it's like, and you're also in a group with like your siblings, like
Yeah.
I'm sure they've been through like a lot trying to figure that out too, and like to get everyone on the same page with all making music that they all like you gotta have someone like John Bellion be like, all right, guys, let's get real. Like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Um, you know, and like try to have somebody who's collectively leading the way. So, respect to them, and you know, I hope they make another brilliant record that ends up in my top countdown on Spotify or
Yeah.
whatever.
Same. They're so good.
The melodies, the instruments that they use, I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
I remember listening to it in Texas, like walking around. I was like, whoa, this is cool.
Oh my god, it's gotta be different there as well. Like I guess when like the sun is hitting your face and you're listening to good music, it's just all vibes. It's just all vibes.
Yep, it is all vibey.
So what's your where do you think your sound is gonna go next, and what's next for you?
My sound is always a mystery. I love acoustic. I love dance. I love pop punk. I love yeah. I think I just like want to do it in a way that feels current.
Okay.
One of my favorite influences if I were to do dance music, is the Chainsmokers.
Okay. Yeah, I like it.
Like,
Yeah.
I think their production is so cool, and I'm never bored.
Yeah.
I'm never bored. I think Drew's melodies are sick. I would love to collaborate with them someday. And I know they have other collaborators that like help them write and stuff like that, but I respect them because I feel like everything they're doing is not what I would have thought they would have done. Like it's
Yeah.
like they just put out a new song where I'm like, what's going on? Like there's like the synths are like harmonizing with each other, and the vocals are harmonizing with the synths. I don't know, it's confusing. I don't know how to explain it. I have only listened to it once, but I really love that. Also, Post Malone's new song, I have been anticipating for months because they put a clip of it on TikTok, and I love that he went country. I love country music. I really am a melting pot of all these different genres. I just want to do everything, and just see what comes of it. And I don't know, like I think I could see myself doing acoustic songs, and I think I could see myself doing pop dance songs. I don't know. It's really confusing. And then I also love like rock, but I feel like rock doesn't quite suit my voice unless it's done in a certain way. But I love making rock music with other people, so it's just like I don't know. I guess I'm gonna be writing though. I'm gonna start putting music out again. We'll just see where it goes, you know.
I love that. Yeah, definitely. Like, I can't wait to see what you do. I can't wait
But
to see what
thanks for being interested in what I'm gonna do. Like no one cares, so I appreciate you asking.
I'm sure people do care. I'm interested. Like that song Black
Thanks.
Card, like I love it. I love that song. I feel like that has almost like a rock kind of influence as well, because it's like
It's got everything.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's like I loved making that song because I feel like I hit every part that I wanted to hit. Like I hit the pop melody, I hit the kind of like almost like Justin Bieber, Chainsmokers, and then pop punk in the chorus like vibe.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to make more songs like that again.
Do you think you'll ever go full pop punk again?
Maybe if it was like done right. I could see it being like a pop punk hybrid with like some almost like DJ sounding like beats or something.
Okay.
I don't know.
That would be cool.
I've thought about like EDM stuff before. It's just I am just a melting pot of all my favorite things, and this is where I get like confused. I'm like, I wish someone could just tell me where they want me to go, you know? But
Yeah. Do you think, I mean, when I was doing music, when I was studying it, my business teacher was like, you are defined by what your fans say you are, so you never fully get to define what you are, like what your brand is. It was really interesting. I found it really interesting, but he said, you know, if the fans think you're cute, then you're cute. If your fans think you're hot, then you're hot. I mean, what do you think you would, yeah, it is interesting. I mean, what do you think you would want to have your brand perceived as?
oh my god, to be perceived?
I guess because you are putting like a lot of genres into your
Yeah.
music, so I guess what's the brand? What's your your brand model? Your business model?
Girl, if I only knew. I don't know. I guess like generally I follow pop. Like
Okay,
I think I am pop melody driven. But I want to start using synths and like acoustics together and like almost
Oh,
distort
cool.
everything. Like I don't know, something like that. But like yeah, I guess if I had to like describe it, I think it's still pop. I think it's just like I don't want it to be straight down the middle pop. I want it to be like kind of like surprising like beats and like things you wouldn't expect and like just sort of take you back, like take just I don't know, makes you excited about music. I want to make stuff that makes people excited about music. But I'm not like, you know, I don't know. I'm just me, and I'm just gonna try to make something that people enjoy, and
Yeah.
and that I enjoy. Somebody actually told me to make the music that I would have wanted to hear 5 years ago, like from me as an artist. Like, what did you need 5 years ago from an artist. It's
Right,
like,
okay.
okay. Or what did you like? I think it was like, what did you like 5 years ago? What did you need 5 years ago from artists today, or something like that. So I'm like,
Okay.
I'll put myself in that headspace and see what happens. But
I like that. That's good advice.
I wanna make music that people would have downloaded off LimeWire.
Oh my god, yeah. I will illegally download your music. If that's what you're going for, I will fully illegally download it.
I'm gonna put it on SoundCloud.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Love the sound. Like, I want to listen to music free. You know, I don't want to pay for Spotify Premium. That's not me. That's not my vibe.
No. No, hell no.
It's not for me. If you know, I'm always on my phone, I'm always on SoundCloud. You'll never see me on Spotify. Anyway.
If you don't pay for Spotify, like, I'm just gonna give you a link to download it on SoundCloud.
Exactly. Do it the old-fashioned way. Give it to the fans for free. That's what it's all
Yeah,
about.
that's right. Give it to the fans for free. They can donate if they want to.
Exactly. Bandcamp. All of that.
Bandcamp. That's actually great.
Hell yeah.
I'm actually gonna do Bandcamp. Thanks for giving me that idea. Bandcamp, let's go. That's perfect.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could inspire you
And
to
if
do
people think
Bandcamp.
it sucks, don't give me a damn penny if you think it sucks. But if you like it, feel free to donate.
Exactly. Feel free to donate, everybody. You heard it. You heard it here first. Amen. Thank you so much for coming on my podcast today, Julianne.
Oh my god, thank you so much for having me.
No.
This is so fun.
No, it actually is. I'm like so happy that you agreed to come on. Like, I'm so happy. Like, you have all the experience, you have all the knowledge, and you know what you're talking about.
I appreciate you thinking that. I still have a lot to learn, but you know, like, I really do want to like leave people with like this conversation has kind of inspired me like a lot. So I want to say, first of all, thank you for talking to me. I do feel like I have thought about a lot of things during this conversation, and about music, and the fact that even someone cares to listen to mine makes me think, okay, I should maybe start making music again. But but besides that, like, I do want to say, like, yeah, like, you may not make like your money from music. Like, you may just like, maybe you won't even see a penny, like, who knows. But like, I don't want people to like lose the fire just because like I've been given opportunities that people wish they could have. And you know, I know that the grass is always greener, right? Like, I know that like I've been given opportunities to make music with amazing people. And I want to continue to do that, and I don't want people to be like deterred from like, listen, you may never make a penny, but like, you can still work with amazing people and have amazing experiences. And you know, there are ways to make money, there are ways to stay afloat. Sometimes it gets a little rocky and you deal with some personal stuff, and like, it's hard to see your family and things like that, and that sucks. But you gotta make smart choices, and I think like I have made some not so good ones, and I've made some good ones and throughout my music career. And I think if I could leave anybody with a bit of advice, and this is me, a person who's still learning this industry, is just, again, go into it like you are not going to make money from anything. Because the day you do, you're going to be like, oh my goodness, like, I forgot that you could do this and make money. And then you're going to get a big check and you'll probably be really happy. But you should just go into it like, it's just fun. This is part of my journey. And you know what? Your songs matter. Your songs matter. And I am learning that today, like, even in the past couple months. Your songs matter, whether or not it's big or small. The songs you make matter. Put out your music. Don't wait for anyone to tell you otherwise. As I'm learning myself, I'm sitting on like a bunch of music that I should just be putting out. So just do what you love and try to stay afloat and take care of yourself. For the love of God, just take care of yourself and go on nature walks, and try not to get too like meta with yourself. Just do something different every day. Don't have the same day over and over.
That is good advice. That is great advice. Yeah, I mean, I think it's really important that you spoke on, like, you know, just never giving up, and just making music for yourself that you like, and not listening to the haters.
No, because listen, wealth doesn't come wealth doesn't come when you're greedy. Wealth comes when you're grateful and you are, there's more than one form of wealth, right? Like health is a form of wealth, like good health. Like friendships, that's a form of wealth. Love is a form of wealth. Like, like there are many forms of wealth, and it's not just based on money. And like that is not, if you're chasing a dollar, you're not going to make that dollar. Like you will run yourself into the ground thinking that that's what you're doing it for. That's not what you're doing it for. Like you're doing it to make a difference and to have that creative outlet. And like we are freaking blessed that we get to make music with other people, or like even by ourselves. We have freaking computers and microphones, like to just like make tunes with. And like, I mean, there's a lot to be grateful for. And the one thing I did learn from this artist I just worked with, she told me that there's one part of your brain where gratitude and anxiety exist in this one part of your brain, and they can't coexist. They cannot exist at the same time. So like if you're really grateful, or if you're like making your gratitude list, and if you're like counting your freaking blessings, like you're gonna be less anxious. But if you're not doing your due diligence to like think about those things and be grateful for things, then anxiety is just gonna exist and gratitude will not. And so I've been really trying to like hone in on that, because that is what keeps you like freaking sane. And like if you ever find yourself in a position where you're like, F this, F that, like I'm going through it, da 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 da, like it's just everything is coming down on me, like sometimes it helps to just write down those things or talk to someone and say like, I need you to help me like get to that level of like, okay, what do I have? I got all my limbs.
Yeah.
I can walk, I can run, I can eat, I have a roof over my head. Like just get back to that, because like
Yeah.
you have to like take care of yourself, otherwise it's a beast. It's a beast to be in this type of industry, because there's so many no's. You're gonna hear a million no's before you hear that one yes. So I just think that at the end of the day, if you have to keep going, if you're not gonna stop, then you have to take care of yourself while you're doing this.
You're right. I should. Thank you. I feel so inspired after that. I feel so inspired. I feel like I've like just restarted, reset my outlook on the whole thing. It's crazy. Thank you. That was...
You know what? I love that.
Yeah. That was so good. Do you have anything to plug whilst we're coming to the end of the episode?
Unfortunately, no. I do not. I have nothing to plug. If I got nothing. If you want to donate to my Bandcamp when I put out music, then find me on Bandcamp.
Bandcamp. They can find you on Bandcamp, and obviously Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music.
Yeah, Julianne Hope. Yeah, that's me. There you go. That's it. Honestly, if you wanted to bring me back, I would totally come back. So you just let me know.
Yeah, I feel like we have so much more to talk about, but thank you for covering like everything, all my questions today, and just being an awesome guest. You've been sick.
You got it. If anything I can do, let me know.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for listening to the second episode of The MILXNAKE Show. If you want more, please do subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also the Spotify channel. I guess you would call it a Spotify channel. Once again, we're sponsored by Pepto-Bismol. Come and get your sexy garms. We sell clothes. And yeah, see you next time. Goodbye.
All right.